welcome, Meera Sahib. Meera Sahib is in US on vacation, where he has agreed to join us on this discussion of working with Adoor. Meera Sahib is retired from Kerala government service as the chief statistician, and he has been a director of Chitralekha Film Cooperative from the beginning stages. He saw the ups and downs of Chitralekha. Then he became a creative partner with Adoor and worked from Kodiyatam onwards till the last film. So, welcome, Meera Sahib. And my first question is, you were a college student when Chitralekha started. How come you ended up with Chitralekha Film Cooperative and as a creative partner of Adoor?
Thank you, Cherian. Thank you so much for inviting me for this session. I was a student of economics and studied in the University College Trivandrum from 1967. That was the first year of my PG. Even before, I used to write articles on films in most of the film magazines and weeklies. So acquainted with the new movement in cinema. And there was an incident during 1966, even before I joined the PG. There was a writers' conference in 66 held in Alvey.
Yeah, Alvey, where FSCT.
Yes. MKK Nair was the chief patron of that conference. Also, many of the eminent artists of that time, I don't know who was Adoor at that time, they invited Adoor Gopalakrishnan, an alumni of Film and Television Institute, to conduct a film festival throughout Kerala. That is almost all districts headquarters of Kerala at that time. And he managed from the film archives and from other sources very prominent films of that period. Selected that and made a package of that and programmed in almost all districts. And I happened to hear about that from one of my professors, Professor K.V. Thambi, as a prominent poet even at that time. Being a film enthusiast, he told me that, Meera, there is a novel venture happening throughout Kerala, and you can, if you are getting time and there is facility, you can go to any of the theaters and witness those films which we were discussing about, and you are very much interested in. So I went to Kollam. I stayed there and witnessed 2-3 films: Knife in the Water, Mahanagar, and I think another film. And I returned to my hometown and apprised my experience to Professor K.V. Thambi, and we discussed a lot about that movement, including Satyajit Ray and other people, also foreign makers.
This was much before Chitralekha inauguration itself, is it not?
Yes, of course. Okay. That was my initial encounter with this type of films at that time. I used to visit Tirunelveli Sri Kumar Theatre for witnessing not only Sri Kumar Theatre, even in Chennai, Chennai, New Elphinstone, and other theatres. If there is good films, I used to travel. I could catch a train from Punalur on the Meera gauge and go to Egmore and go to see films and stay 1 or 2 days and come back. That was my habit at that time. At that time, the governor of Kerala inaugurated that.
Yes, Bhagavan Sahai. Yes, yes.
Bhagavan Sahib was inaugurated that session there.
That way, you are also part of the initial team of Chitralekha Film Cooperative, is it not?
No, Film Cooperative is different from Film Society. At that time, I became member of Chitralekha Film Society, and they conducted regular screenings with the help of National Film Archive of India, as well as with the help of embassies in Adoor, correspondent with all those embassies, and this Sri P.K. Nair, he was the assistant curator at that time. While Adoor studied in Pune, they were very close at that time. Also, another person, Professor Sadish Bahadur.
He used to help.
He was also instrumental for the starting of Film Society.
Come to the Film Cooperative.
Cooperative is a subsequent development. These two things are two organizations are two entities, two legal entities. Film Society is a non-profit.
Yes.
You know, that is registered as a charitable society with the registrar of societies. And the other one, Film Cooperative, is a commercial establishment with a profit and loss statements and other things with a governing board. While these Adoor was studying in Film Institute of India, and his close friend, he was Sri Kulatur Bhaskar Nair. They were very close from Gandhigram Rural Institute. After that,
were you part of the initial team of cooperative also? Because you were already there.
I was one of the directors of Film Cooperative. Yes, from the beginning. People thought that Chitralekha means that is a common name, and Film Society members are also part of Film Cooperative. It was different. There should be a membership share should be taken in cooperative, and they will become the part of Film Cooperative. Most of the Film Society members are not members of Film Cooperative. Only selected few are members of Film Cooperative. And we planned film making and film studio and film unit with camera, outdoor unit, etc. We organized.
That's all part of history. But then you are not associated with Swayamvaram in the script form. Mr. K.P. Kumaran was...
No. I was not associated with Swayamvaram script because soon after my completion of course, post-graduation at the University College, I happened to be a researcher. I got an appointment with Center for Developing Societies, New Delhi. Subsequently, you came to know that that was pioneered the election studies and psychological research. I joined with them. Then for their field work, I visited Kerala. And even at that time, I based at Trivandrum and cooperated with this Film Society and Film Cooperative. Script was done by Adoor with the help of K.P. Kumaran. K.P. Kumaran also helped him in the script writing. And at that time, I was at New Delhi. Only after completing the shooting, I returned to Tiruvandavaram and fully engaged with the Chitralekha Film Cooperative in their activities. In the post-production of Swayamvaram, I associated with them. Post-production means in the during that publicity, poster designing time, printing of posters, and other things. Also manage the financial things to some extent. While Adoor was in Delhi, there was shortage of fund, and I used to collect that, manage that fund from my friends also, personally.
What about Kodiyatam? Kodiyatam, I'm told the script, Adoor wrote it with Gopi, the actor.
Yes. Kudiyatam script writing was Gopi, the actor Gopi was associated with Adoor during the first stage of script writing. Only after completing that, I entered the scenery of script writing. That Adoor as well as Kolathur asked me to join Adoor for completing the script by the the form of shooting script. During the deliberations and the discussions on the shooting script, there was a drastic change in the total structure. Adoor used to discuss things with me in the process of finalizing that script. I used to make my suggestions.
In the third film, Ilipatayam, you are completely involved from the beginning, is it not?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
That was really a story. That is what not a natural culmination of Adoor's creativity. Or there should be an introduction for that. Adoor was thrown out from in one version. Adoor was thrown out from Chitralega Film Cooperative. And in another version, Adoor resigned from Chitralega Film Cooperative. I was the only witness for all those things. When Adoor went out from Chitralega Film Cooperative, I too resigned from Chitralega Film Cooperative. Thereafter, there was no connection with the Chitralega Film Cooperative for Adoor or myself. So one day, during our discussion, he told me that there is an idea. We have to develop that idea into film. And I told him that there was no infrastructure facility for writing script or other things. There was no car, no supporting team. At that time, I was working in Malappuram as assistant director there. I had freedom in working there. And I invited Adoor. I told him, I suggested him, why can't we sit in Malappuram and I can arrange the guest house for our stay and writing. And he agreed to that. And 2-3 sessions we took and completed the script of Ilipatayam.
What is that style of this script writing? Because you know the initial controversies. So can you explain his style of script writing? That first you have a basic script, then you develop a shooting script. What is the process like?
Not a basic script, a basic idea, a thread, a small thread, and we have to develop that. Then questions have to be raised. Who is this particular character? What is his family? Number of family members, male, female, sisters, brothers, father, mother, neighbors. And total that space has to be defined first. That is the first process. There are so many stages of developing a script and reaching at a culmination point, acceptable point. And even after that, we have to refine that. First draft, second draft, and so on. That is it's a cumbersome process. If we are developing a script from own idea, it was idea of Adoor. That is about that main character, that lazy and self-centered man.
That's what, in looking back, your effort, two of you together, in fact, as Tarkovsky's book says, sculpted that time, that period, and those people caught in that period. So many of the serious filmmakers or Western filmmakers, they have a research department to look at the realities, the facts of these characters. But you are saying that both of you together made that, checked all those realities and recreated it.
All filmmakers or scriptwriters have to be in the research process. Research process is one of the main pillars of that is the strength of the script. There should not be a question from the viewers or the film enthusiast, because film enthusiasts are experienced people. If they will watch the script in a very critical manner.
Yes.
They have to answer every question raised by them. To avoid such a question from any film viewer, we have to make in-depth research before writing a script.
Okay.
And that is what I explained. We have to ask questions to ourselves.
Okay.
Who is this man? Why he is meeting such a lady on the road?
Yeah,
So-
you are justifying each of his activities and taking the justification from that period and the time of that character.
Sure. If one character is placed in a particular time,
Yeah.
we have to substantiate that idea and to develop all the details.
Yes. The Hollywood films, even the commercial one, does this research on a routine basis. But many of our serious filmmakers also ignore that portion, that the physical reality of it has to be contextualized with the people and the time and the period of the story, which is very rare and which is there very strongly, like any other Western film in Adoor's films. I think I think your combination of Meera Sahib and Adoor worked these things very well. It seems. Can one say that?
Of course, because during the process of filmmaking, from script writing onwards,
Yeah.
that thought should be deep in mind,
Yes. Yes.
and we work together to attain that goal.
Yeah.
And,
In fact, both of you are researchers by training also. He has been trained. He was in the National Sample Survey Organization. You are already in the statistics department by then, so naturally, culling out facts is not a big thing for both of you in that way. That's what I asked him. I asked Adoor, was Meera Sahib's basic job to cull out facts? He said, no, both of us are doing it. That's what his reply was.
Adoor was also worked in statistics department.
So that he knows how to collect facts and
That inquisitiveness is there in him also.
Yeah. I want you to reflect about the whole process and comment on this unfortunate controversy over the first film, because we all know the issue. How do you look at that? It's the way you and Adoor collaborated. He collaborated with Gopi earlier. Before that, Mr. K.P. Kumaran. How do you look at this whole process? What is the contribution of as a collaborator with him? How do you look at that?
All these things happened in 2 times of Adoor's career. Swayamvaram happened after his attempt in another film, which failed, Kamuvi. He tried to make Kamuvi, and that failed due to so many reasons. Then we tried to get an assistance from Film Finance Corporation and got the assistance for making a film, even though at a very small budget.
Yeah.
At that time, K.P. Kumaran was one of the active members of Chitralaga Film Cooperative, and also he's a writer. Also, he wrote dramas at that time. He staged dramas at that time in Trivandrum.
Yeah.
And automatically, Adoor associated with K.P. Kumaran. Basically, all of us depends on Adoor because he is trained in Film and Television Institute with the knowledge of script writing. Also, have a great experience in drama at that time. He got the techniques of writing scripts. So our contribution was to help him in developing the things and answering the queries and discussing certain. Of course, he will accept the suggestions. That doesn't mean that I am a partner of his script. That the partnership, that contribution, what my contribution, he has to quantify that. He has to assess that. That is the problem with Kumaran and Adoor happened. Kumaran thought that he was one of the, he is also part of the script writing. because some of the sessions were conducted at Kumaran's house. Adoor went there and they sat together, discussed things, and finalized the some portion of script.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that Kumaran is also sharing the script.
In your case, you had an understanding. So, and in fact, in first film, he was given a script writer, in the credits. When second film onwards, I think it is not there. It is not a script writer. I think your association has been more creatively involved, because in the scripting stage to the final execution, you are there. So that's, I think, it's a different relationship and different contribution altogether. What is the thing? It is like, it is a personal equation or creative equation. What was it worked well for both of you?
Personal equation as well as creative equation.
Okay.
Both were there. Another thing is, my profession was not filmmaking.
Yeah.
I had no idea of making films of my own or taking advantage of associating with Adoor, even till date.
Yeah.
Just helping. We were in the very, very good understanding. We worked together. Adoor knows that from the moment an idea spring up in his mind, from that up to the final print coming out from the lab, I was involved in that, but never claimed that I was also the creative partner. But I was in every moment and every foot of that film's development. One thing has to say, Adoor's filmmaking, that Swayamvaram and afterward, there is a subtle difference, because
Yes.
after making the Swayamvaram, that dispute, that controversy arose. Kumaran's claim and their personal controversy started at that time. From that moment onwards, Adoor decided not to put anybody's name as a co-script writer.
Okay.
That is also, it's correct. On his perspective, it is very correct. If I don't want to associate with him, I can go out from his friendship and the filmmaking process.
How do you see that relationship? Well, of course, the friendship and the creative inputs were uppermost. But looking back, how was the journey for you?
I was also too happy to see the development in his career, because I am also part of that. The knowing or not knowingly, that credit also comes to me. When I'm meeting the film enthusiast writers and other people, they used to converse with me about the film of Adoor and my involvement in that. Even though I'm not claiming a part, and I used to get his comment on my contribution in his films. I don't care about what he is saying and what credit he is giving. He's a good friend, my elder, like my elder brother. In all personal things, we very closely contacted, even in his family matters, even his personal matters, in the sick time, everything, every process. I used to be a good friend. When my character is, if I like a person with within my heart, I will support him all his endeavors. One thing is, Kulathur was more friendly to me compared to Adoor. Adoor helped to develop, especially the actors and other people in the Chitalaga Film Cooperative. They were not supported in a very crucial time. He became alone.
Okay.
When he was thrown out, or the other version,
Yes.
like a Russian one. When he resigned, he was alone, and I went out with all of the heart. Kulathur told me that you should stand with us. We can make films. We are not expecting you going with Adoor. I said he is alone. He made this. He organized this film cooperative. He is the only person having a good experience in filmmaking and a training in filmmaking. And you should not throw him out. with forgetting all the contribution he made in the formation of this cooperative and also the success of Swayamvaram, etc. So I went with him.
Yeah,
That is the friendship, moreover friendship, the thick friendship between
two of
that
you.
a tie between Adoor and myself. Still,
I think it was a very fruitful and creative friendship and work together, which gives us some excellent films. Thank you, sir, and for this wonderful conversation. Rest of it will continue in Malayalam, which is already been recorded. Thank you, sir. Have a great time.
okay, Mr. Okay, Chiriyan, thank you so much.